Scorpio, welcome to your reading for February 26th through March 1st. Whenever you come across this, hopefully it has a message for you. These readings are timeless. This is Barefoot Mama Intuitive Reading, and I read intuitively. If you want to enter to win a free reading on 3/23/24, just put free reading in the comments. If you want to book a personal with me, you can go to my Etsy, or you can subscribe to my Patreon or YouTube membership here. So that being said, let's get started. I was meditating on your energies a bit before this reading, and something was coming out about like releasing, which came out in your reading the other day. So releasing anything like to make room for your manifestations that just came in for the full moon, but also releasing anything that's like blocking your manifestations. I got this image like there was something that you kept focusing on to manifest, but it wasn't actually what you wanted. So we'll see what comes out in this reading. Anyway. Yeah, okay. So whatever you've been trying to manifest, Scorpio, I get this feeling that it's been sort of for the greatest good of all and not really for you. So I think Spirit may be challenging you to like really ask yourself in a super honest way what's for you. And I think the image of what you think is for you versus what your heart desires and what your higher self and your spirit desires are like at odds, or they're like different things. So there's some sort of like, as this moon wanes, like an exorcism of like previous expectation or like preconceived notions of what happiness looks like for you. So that's pretty cool. Ace of Wands reverse. Yeah, I think that that's what this Ace of Wands reverse is. It's like whatever you've been trying to weave or to start or to get going. It's like, it's not that the intentions have been wrong. It's that like there's a spider weaving a web and there's all these windows, right? And I keep getting, I guess I'm getting this image that like the spider was weaving its web in a place where it kept getting knocked out and knocked out and knocked out. And it was like that place wasn't for that spider. These cards don't come out with reversed meanings, but I am going to read this card, the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands brings forward an original path. Oh yeah, a new reason to feel enthusiastic about a blossoming situation. This is not the time to sit back and wait for things to happen. Now is the time to let your creative mind explore all the possibilities. When the Ace of Wands appears, you will benefit significantly from mustering up the courage and letting yourself entertain new and imaginative ideas. This is not the time for self-doubt or second-guessing. Pay attention to your gut and areas that call your attention. Like a spider's web, you will feel the vibration when something of value is near. Pay attention to the signs and follow your gut, as it will lead you down a path to fresh opportunities. Call upon the firefly's energy when you need to feel comforted in the dark, or when you need the courage to move forward without knowing exactly where you are going. This small creature illuminates the darkest of nights. When you use its energy, you will feel a brightness glowing from within, which will help guide you as you move forward. The spider lends its energy by offering creativity and sensitivity to vibration. The spider knows how to craft the perfect web, one that will yield the greatest return without being caught up in itself. Although a new adventure is forming, the spider also brings restraint. Having the ability to create a foundation for success is but one part of the equation. The spider also possesses patience, knowing in time its hard work will pay off and it will attract its desired outcome. Patience, creativity, awareness, vibration, connected, guidance, creativity, and inspiration. Yeah, so just regarding those sort of initial messages that came out, I feel like you're being drawn to create something entirely new for yourself, and your mind might be like trying to drag you back into old patterns of thinking where you believe that like your options lay in the past or in past experiences or in past patterns, but it's like you've outgrown all of that. And I think that what might be holding you back, if anything, Scorpio, since this came out reversed, is just the fact that it's all completely new. I'm hearing that Monty Python skit, and now for something completely new. Justice, reversed. Yeah, I mean, you've experienced a lot of injustices in the past, so you might be like a little hesitant to move forward because you may also be feeling some sense of peace at the moment and just not wanting to like rock your boat at all. But you have the Ace of Wands, and then you have Justice, which is number 11. You might be seeing 111 or 1111 on the clock, like as a synchronicity. We'll read, and the bat is also sensitive to vibration, so you might just be like encountering your own sensitivities. So it's just realizing like you're a lot more sensitive to like the vibe in a room or the expressions on people's faces, or even just like 5D energies, like things going on behind the scenes than you previously thought. You might even be, I'm getting this image of you looking at somebody and then seeing their like passed on loved ones standing behind them. Like you might see like ghosts or spirits or ancestors. You might be like a channel in that way for people. Let's read Justice, and then I think we'll do some tarot. The Karma card, Justice is blind, although contrary to popular belief, bats are not, and your actions will have consequences even if they don't materialize right away. When Justice appears, make time to carefully weigh all factors before committing to a final decision. I'm also hearing that not making a decision has consequences. So if you don't choose to move forward with intention, the consequences of allowing your life to unfold sort of without your intention will create a foundation for a life where you're sort of subject to the intentions of like external forces. Can you predict the outcome or get a vague impression of what may result? You may not be able to gain a clear vision of what the future will hold, but if you strike a balance between logic and your internal compass, you will tune into your surroundings and get a feeling for what to expect. Justice will hold you accountable, and if your actions and intentions are out of alignment, if you avoid being truthful with yourself or with others, you feel its swift, unwavering ruling. Like the bat soaring across the night sky, using echolocation hunting for a meal through the dark. Using only resources it has at its disposal, you too are asked to let your learned knowledge and intuition lead you to an ideal outcome. Here's the bat. It's a really cool card. When you need to make a decision or take action, without all the information laid out neatly in front of you, call upon the energy of the bat for courage, as it will guide you. These mystical and magical creatures are in tune with the vibrations of the universe. Magical, intuitive, quiet, esoteric, success, and prosperity. Yeah, esoteric. You might be like, I don't know, setting out to be like a medium or a reader, or you might already be a reader and you're just kind of like finding your, I don't even use this word. I don't even know if this is the right term, joie de vivre. I actually don't know what that means, but it's standing out. So it might, I should know what that means, but it means something to somebody, or it's significant to one of you out there. So you might be finding like your niche. Two of Swords reversed. Okay, this is interesting. All right. You've got Justice, Ace of Wands, and the Two of Swords reversed. It's just something about like you needing to make a decision, and I don't know. Here's the Two of Swords. It's so cute. I love frogs. The poor frog is stuck on two swords sticking up out of the water. Of course, if you ask this frog, he will tell you everything is fine. He's just hanging out. But in reality, he can't see land, and the frog that hovers above the water reveals only murky shadows of what may be potential threats, and this frog is scared to death. The energy of the Two of Swords is one that carries indecision, of avoiding discomfort because you do not have enough information to make a choice. Fear of being injured or making the wrong choice or move is creating a barrier, blocking you from moving forward. The Two of Swords may indicate that you know exactly what needs to be done. However, emotionally, you are not ready to acknowledge the truth. As a result, you find yourself mentally unable to deal with responsibility. You may be consciously choosing to stay in the dark if others around you possess the information that would require you to take action that results in losing a comfortable position. Ignorance can be bliss, but rarely does it help a situation advance. The frog represents prosperity and new life. A master at transformation, this creature has moved up and out of the mud and into the clear night sky. Much like you, Scorpio, the Scorpion does the same. Call on the frog, or the Scorpio energy is all about that. Call on the frog when events require you to take frightening leap or to take you out of your comfort zone. When you connect with this energy, not only will you enjoy the benefits of change, you will spark a transformation within that will open the doors for new and fortuitous possibilities. Growth, balance, prosperity, transformation, and good fortune. So all of these came out reversed, but again, these cards don't have reverse meanings. These are just sort of like spirit animals for you to call on as you're kind of swimming in these energies. There's definitely a theme here of like not really feeling like you have the full picture or not really knowing what's coming. I mean, we're not going to, right? But I think you're so used to being intuitive, or maybe even being in a karmic cycle where like your ancestral knowledge, your ancestral patterns kind of allowed you to see what was coming in a way. And now you've closed that out and you're like on a new timeline and you don't have the knowledge of what's coming before you from the ethers or the ancestral realms because you haven't been here before, and neither have your ancestors. This is like a new situation. Maybe your last one played out on repeat, on repeat, on repeat in all of these cycles until you closed out like karma, not just from yourself, but from other like members of your family. And so maybe before you had guidance from the other side, from your ancestors, but here it's like you're on a new wheel. And I think part of what you are fearing, Scorpio, is like the accumulation of new karma. Okay, these just turned over: the Chariot, the Four of Swords reversed, and the Devil. Three of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Heartbreak, the Sun reverse. Okay, so the Chariot showed itself as I was shuffling, which is basically like move forward confidently. I'm hearing in the direction of your dreams. So your dreams will be sending you guidance. You might be opening up to the possibility of like astral travel, astral projection, like sort of exploring some new abilities in like the 5D with all of this sort of like echolocation, spiders, like vibration, and then coming up out of the mud. Like you might have some sort of ability in your dreamscape. Like you might be a lucid dreamer or something, and you might be able to expound on these abilities. Like if you've never thought about, if you're like good at lucid dreaming or something and you've never thought about creating a dream book, for instance, this is you working with what you've got. Those tools that you have they're there for a reason. Let them guide you. I'm seeing them as these fireflies, like these things that you have. Okay. So that's sort of your past, present, and future energies as well. Are you kidding? We have the Ace of Wands reversed twice. You're just not sure what to create. You might have like a lot of different things and you're not really sure how to like unify those things, or how to like balance yourself time-wise to give them all attention. But this has come up in your reading in the last couple of days anyways, where like you're overthinking it. Like, you're kind of letting your conscious mind do the thinking about when it's time to do something, right? But if you kind of feel it out, like if you listen really sensitively to like your desires as they come up, by being in the moment and allowing that moment, like surrendering to the moment, you'll have time for everything. This is almost like time is an illusion, and by allowing yourself to follow your passion in a follow your bliss, like spirit is real, total faith kind of way. Like, we had a reading a couple days ago that was about that. I cannot remember the title, but you might want to look that up if you haven't seen it. Then it's like, it's almost like you lose track of time. By losing track of time and following your bliss, you have time for everything. Like what you resist persists, and what you give attention to like is what you're attracting, right? And so there's this element of like almost ignoring time. Like, you have all the time in the world. Okay, I'm gonna move on from that. I was hearing a Mac Miller song, but I can't remember the name of it. I got all the time in the world. I think it's Self-Care. For now, I'm just chilling. For now, it's a beautiful feeling in oblivion. Yeah, it's Self-Care. The Hierophant reverse. Yeah, doing something non-traditionally. This is certainly like a non-traditional concept, especially in America, where we kind of like work, right? And the idea of like forgetting about time in order to follow your bliss, in order to like be in relationship with the divine, knowing you're taking care of things and being taken care of, is like, for us, I think, a non-traditional way of living. For many like native cultures, that's the norm. What's the Two of Swords? What is the Two of... This is interesting. I'm gonna put the tarot down. I'm being told to draw from the Thoth Tarot. I was thinking about using it. This is you picking up an entirely new like set of tools and moving on. This is like you're leaving like the tarot behind and going into like a new deck. Okay. Archangel Michael, please protect this reading. Send clear messages through for my Scorpios. Spirit, please protect and guide this reading. Send any negative energy back to sender, transmuted tenfold. For the greatest good of all and harm to none. Amen, amen, amen. Prince of Swords reverse. Yeah, this is you like completely detaching from trying to figure things out, from trying to like send projections of your ego into the test waters in the future. This is you just like fully immersing yourself in the moment. I have this feeling, Scorpio, that until now, especially with all of these cards coming out reverse, you've always sort of known what you were getting into in some way, shape, or form, and you are resisting, I think, submersing yourself in life. There's some like raw feeling about it. It's almost like if you were like a scorpion who just shed its exoskeleton. It's almost like you're needing to emerge before your exoskeleton is fully like formed or something. You feel really tender, like this frog on these two swords. That's like, he doesn't have any protection. His skin's super thin, you know. There's something like, I'm not saying you're thin-skinned, only that you feel really vulnerable in doing this. But there's something here because you have these abilities and you have all these tools that you're working with, It's like you're not trusting your own capability. Probably because you've experienced a lot in the past, but you needed to experience all of that in order to gain these abilities, in order to gain this capability, in order to find yourself capable. Like, after everything you've been through, Scorpio, you're still standing, you're still here, and you're still moving forward with a completely brand new beginning. So, like, lust reversed. This is also strength reversed. Usually strength is card. Is it usually 11? I don't know why this is standing out to me. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, she's riding this beast. It has 7 heads, and she's tamed this 7-headed beast with like a jaguar. It has like a jaguar tail. This thing up here is supposed to represent like the cosmic life force. These are all the like rays of like different like existences or timelines. It's like you don't believe that you've tamed this beast yet, this lust beast. Like there's something that you don't trust yourself. There's something you don't trust yourself with. What's that? Justice. Adjustment, reverse, and closing out a cycle. The universe. So in the universe card, right, she's closing out like all the possibilities are like endless, and then she closes out like some of these possibilities by threading the eye of the needle using perspective, using a bird's eye view, using perspective. It's like this needle is like the loom. The word tantra means to weave, I think. And this is kind of like reminding me of that. She's infusing the sort of chaos of the like universal like of entropy I'm hearing. Like she's like infusing it with intention and with meaning, so that it's like without the intention, it's just chaos is what I'm hearing. And so you're like not trusting your ability to stick to your intentions. Adjustment reverse or justice reverse. It's like you don't feel justified in creating or setting an intention because you don't feel like you'll stick to it, especially because you're having to submerge yourself completely in the moment. It's like you're afraid of setting an intention and then just repeating patterns of like following aimless like desires instead of what brings you meaning. But what I'm hearing is that when you were following your aimless desires in the past, it was because you were disconnected from your heart space. And there's a certain amount of courage that it takes to show up with this kind of vulnerability in the world and be true to your heart. So you will not lose your direction as long as you're being true to your heart. And with this adjustment reverse here, or justice reverse rather, I'm hearing you were not true to your heart in the past. Okay, why not? The moon. Oh, because you were encountering like things. For one, you were encountering things you didn't even think were possible. And you're a human being, and there are times you just caved. There were also subconscious. The moon can indicate things you don't see, so subconscious influences. that like not enoughness. Also the moon, like you were intending for things that didn't belong to you. We started this reading out by talking about how your manifestations maybe haven't been fully coming to fruition because you've been maybe like trying to manifest for the good of all and trying to manifest what you think is good for you, but you're thinking like too much about it and not feeling what that is, or being in the like being in this present moment raw feeling. Like you're trying to think about it, know about it, and there's something about when you like whatever you've been intending, it's like it's not for you. There's something that's not for you, and I get a feeling like you're selling yourself short. And I don't mean that you need to like get some high stress job or like try and become a CEO or anything like that. It's like you haven't been considering something about the gifts that you have to offer. And so when you manifest something for yourself, it's like you're not even considering yourself as part of the picture. And like that's an integral part of your manifestations. How do you fit into the picture? Huh. What's the Hierophant? Failure. Yeah, okay. So you may have had a marriage fail with the Hierophant reversed and Justice. Jupiter and Taurus. You may have had like, or is that Saturn? Sorry, Saturn and Taurus, I think. I don't know why I'm having a hard time with the numbers and the planets. I think I'm just tired. You may have had like a business fail, or you may have had to like file for bankruptcy with the Seven of Pentacles and the Hierophant reversed and Justice. Yeah, Queen of Discs reversed. Whoa. Yeah, you struggled with security in the past because you didn't see like what you can contribute to a situation. You were sort of busy looking at everybody else. Eight of Pentacles, Sun and Virgo. Yeah, what you don't see are your own works, your own inspiration, your own staff. I saw something that was talking about like how in Carl Jung's like archetypal sort of magic stuff, the staff is like the gift of magic, you know, like in the story of Moses. Yeah, if you have some sort of occult knowledge or like capabilities, it's like you've been rejecting them. Maybe to please others, maybe the people around you, because it's not a traditional thing for them or whatever. Like, I had a hard time accepting you. Maybe this is something that you like hid with the moon here. Yeah, but you're doing something to thread the eye of this needle and close out this cycle. Four of Cups reversed. Yeah, you're done feeling stagnant. Ooh. Knight of Wands reversed and the Sun. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Knight of Wands reversed is somebody who's like in and out, right? But like not for the right reasons. the Knight of Wands reverse can be somebody who gets, like you might have had a lot of passions. This did come out, like, earlier in the reading, and like, picked one up just to sort of obsess over it for a couple weeks and then drop it, or like, maybe you get ideas that you feel super passionate about, and then it's almost like when somebody sits down to write a research paper, and by the end of the research paper, they've, like, switched their position or their argument because they're, like, they've done their research and they realize they were on the wrong side of history for that one or something. This is like you did that, like, but with your life. You were like, oh, I was on the wrong side of that argument. Like, maybe you left a bunch of people behind, started over completely from scratch. Maybe you had an encounter with the law, and you've had to really put yourself back together, Scorpio. But with this sort of reflection that's going on here with the Moon, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands, and then you having this in consideration, like, you know that it's possible that you could pick up something just that, like, flighty, passionate, and, like, not follow through. So it's like you're considering this part of your personality as you decide to move forward. Happiness is here for you. What is this, Sun? Are you serious? The universe is like, I'm not telling you. Ha ha ha. But the Merkaba is also a symbol of your light body being activated. So again, if you're, like, super into the occult, like, I watched Soul the other day, and I was thinking about, this is making me think about the guy who, like, spins signs on a street corner in New York City, and he's just, like, in his vibe, listening to his music, but in the astral realm, he's, like, meeting with some astral projector from Berkeley, California, and then somebody from, like, India, and they're helping souls move on. Like, this is you in the 3D just doing whatever. Like, your mission here is 5D, and you accepting that. Like, also another character or sort of archetype for that coming through is the Oracle from the Matrix. She's just this woman who lives kind of in, like, a shitty, like, apartment building, baking cookies, smoking cigarettes or whatever, but she's helping these gifted kids, like, bend spoons with their minds and stuff. So there's something here about you being totally average, and at the same time, it's because your 5D experience is totally not. Take that as it resonates, and beware of justifying any 3D lack experience with a 5D experience. You should be feeling aligned. If the 5D is taking over to the point where you're, like, losing it in the 3D, ground yourself, practice your grounding stuff, and go outside into nature. There's very real danger in doing that, but you're Scorpios, and I'm doing this reading for you, and that's how it's coming out. So I take it you've probably already been to the beyond and back enough times to know the dangers of losing yourself there. So, all right, I am being drawn back to the tarot now. Advice for my Scorpios, please, Spirit, regarding this energy. I love that the sun came out. It's just, it was so vibrant and happy. Oh, and the way it was set up is reminding me of I watched this documentary on YouTube the other day of the rainbow body from, like, Tibetan Buddhism. So you might want to look into that, the rainbow body. Let me see if I can find this sun card one more time, because I wanted to just get a good glimpse at it. Yeah, okay. it looks like the rainbow body. I recommend checking that out if you haven't yet. Okay. Anything else for my Scorpios? 3505 on the timer. Anything else for my Scorpios? Work. Work, 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 work. I think this is you redefining your work. Whatever it is that you do, like, you may not be changing careers or anything. You may not be even trying to, like, level up. Like, you might just be, like clerk status, just happy, like, as a cashier, doing whatever it is that you do. But also, you have, like, your definition of work, like, expands beyond your work, your career. This is your 5D work. The Fool reversed. It's like you realize you've already been doing this work, and if there was, like, a problem before, kind of accepting that for you, I think that this is you really, like, stepping into this role in a real way. I don't know. I have, like, this giggly, silly, it's almost like you have a I think, like, you have a running conversation with the universe, and it has a sense of humor. The universe has a sense of humor, so, like, the way that the divine interacts with us on a symbolic level from day to day is pretty, sometimes. So I just want to say, I think it's the book of Philip? I don't know. There's this Gnostic gospel that talks about Mary, and it says Jesus kissed her on the lips more than he kissed any of his other disciples, or at least that's the general translation. But the actual text, like the original text, has a lacuna where it says Jesus kissed her. So, like, in a literal reading of that, it's Jesus kissed her on the blank, or Jesus kissed her on the gap. I'm so sorry. But, like, that's just the, like, if you just, if you just read with, like, a little bit of a, sassy sense of humor, those things, it's like the universe everything is sort of in plain sight, and the universe just has a sense of humor. And I feel like a lot of people who get into, like, 5D occult stuff, like, tend to take it really too seriously, and so it's like the world beyond opens up to you as you learn to, like, embrace the lightness of it, and embrace it in a lighthearted way, so that you're not getting to that point of, like, losing yourself in the 5D, you know, like, yeah, moving to calmer waters for sure. Okay, so yeah, it's almost like you don't have a choice to make. Victory reverse. No, you do. You do have a choice to make. Knight of Pentacles, and you're making it quite slowly. What is Scorpio's choice here? To nurture yourself, to nurture the ground upon which you stand, to feel your sovereignty here, to feel like you're worth choosing for. Like, it's almost like you haven't chosen for yourself because, yeah, you don't feel like the main character of your own story. And you've been heartbroken. Maybe a lot of people have cast you aside. And subconsciously, this has made you feel like you don't have worth. But you've already planted the seeds. And you have a lot of options when it comes to, like, which seeds you want to nurture. Or maybe you're able to nurture them sort of all. Judgment. You do need to make a judgment call about what to nurture. And you do this daily, many, many, many times daily, like, just based on what you think about, what you give attention to, where you put your energy, which is why you're learning to do this almost like on a minutia level, like Six of Pentacles reversed, the Moon. I'm hearing you need to focus some of this energy into your finances, to balancing out your finances, or balancing out how you think about your finances with the moon. Like you have some sort of subconscious belief about finances or stability, material stability. The Hermit. You have a subconscious belief about material stability that you don't need to rely on anybody else. But with the Two of Wands reversed, this is actually like you're so shackled to your independence that like you are limiting your blessings. You had the Sun in Virgo, Ace of Pentacles, or Eight of Pentacles here, and then Virgo for the Hermit. And then the Sun came out. So you might be realizing like how much your desire for independence could be limiting you. It could also mean that like if you want to be your own boss, it's time to take action to do that, and you will need to step away from like this security blanket for a little bit. The Five of Swords reversed, yeah, because you're like, I think maybe feeling like competition at work, or just backtalk, or maybe you do backtalk at work. Like there's just you're just giving your energy, your security, your pentacles, whatever, like whatever you're in right now, you're giving it too much energy and it's not bringing you happiness. But there's this subconscious belief that like you need something to hang on to because you can't like create a stable foundation for yourself. But you can. The Sun to confirm that. Awesome. You can. Yeah, you're facing the shadow side of your self-worth as it relates to you being able to like be your own boss. You being able to like set the standard for your success. And it's very much related to embracing like this childlike, silly, goofy, not that you have to be a total like nerd or dork or whatever is coming through for that, but like you just need to have more of a sense of humor about you just be more lighthearted, have more of a sense of humor, especially related to the occult stuff. It just keeps coming through. The Hermit has like occult knowledge, or like also knowledge of nature. You might have some sort of knowledge about like human nature, like maybe you're an anthropologist or something, or a biologist. Like you might have like nature, or like the tides, the sun and the moon, like an astrologer. Like you might be in the like natural sciences or something, and you have some sort of knowledge about that. And if it's not that, then you're fully like into the occult, like Madame Blavatsky kind of deal. Anything else for Scorpio? This is just saying embrace it with some humor. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles, that's confirmation. Embrace it, have a good sense of humor, have enthusiasm, because you've got everything it takes except for your own confidence, and like literally stepping into this knowing it's not the end all be all, end of the world if you like misstep. Knowing you won't misstep is what I'm hearing. Literally moving to calmer waters. Six of Wands reversed is a fear of failure. The Knight of Pentacles, you're moving super slowly because you're afraid to fail. But you're already in the Queen of Pentacles. It's like you don't even see it. You've just been heartbroken one too many times, and this is like undermining you. Don't give people that power over you, Scorpio. The people who've broken your heart, they don't have that power over you anymore. You get to walk forward. You get this new beginning. You get to like establish yourself and be proud of yourself and have fun doing it. Knight of Wands reversed. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. If you were in the Knight of Wands energy, like picking things up, putting them down before, you know yourself. You know what you want. You're not dealing with that anymore. If this is somebody else trying to come into your life, tell them to F off. You're not dealing with that anymore. Oh my God, yeah, that's that's dead and done. That whole, like, if this is love too, like if this is related to love, I think this is a career reading for sure. Or just a foundational, like, you establishing your security. But if people are trying to come in to be, like, with you, or to, like, they see that you're doing well and they want to, like, make their way in, you're gonna see their intentions a mile away, and you have your guard up, and this Ten of Swords, like, you're just gonna stick a fork in it and tell them that they're done. King of Cups, yeah, you're super emotionally balanced. You also know how to do this with, like, poise. You basically know how to turn people down easy so that you're not wasting any energy and they're not wasting any of theirs. It's like smooth sailing is what I'm hearing. There's choppy waters back here, and that ship is like, woo, but the King of Cups sits upon his throne, stable and immovable. You're the captain of your ship here, Scorpio. You're very powerful in your own energy here, and this is like a really beautiful spread. I don't know what else to say. You may have also found, I'm seeing the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles potentially as like a divine partnership here. You may have also found somebody, or somebody may have found you, who you can build this stable foundation with, but that's only for a few of you. This is like primarily a personal reading for your shadow work as it regards, like, believing in yourself. So Scorpio, believe in yourself, have enthusiasm, have fun with it. You have good things here now. Time's an illusion. So thanks for being here. If this resonated with you, please remember to hit the like button. It helps my channel grow. I really appreciate reading for you all. It's an honor and a privilege, and I love being here. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.